A Model Y right now is pretty expensive. You know, a Model S, a Model X, they're also somewhat pricey. So the cheapest option if you want to get into the Tesla gang is going to be the Model 3. I mean, the specs really are not that bad. Like, almost 300 miles, pretty fast, 0 to 60, 5.8 seconds. I can't complain. It's $43,000 and it even comes like the highway autopilot, and that's already pretty amazing. Now, I can tell you for sure that owning the Model Y for a year and a half, it saved me so much money. Like, the amount of money I saved from oil and oil changes is pretty immense. I mean, the only things I really changed was 4 tires because I kept flooring it all the time. If you look at what's going on here, we got Kelley Blue Book. The average car in January being sold was $49,000, which is a pretty wild amount. So the Model 3 without the EV tax credit is already cheaper than the average car in the US being sold. So that's pretty awesome. And then you also have the federal tax credit. That's even better, it lowers it. If you live in California or Oregon, they also have their own tax credit on top of the federal tax credit. So I've seen stories of people buying the Model 3 base model for just like 27 grand from all the savings. And it's pretty crazy here. And not to mention, the potential savings truly are immense. With gas prices being kind of high recently, and by the way, if you're buying any luxury vehicle, oil changes are extremely expensive. Getting a Model 3 is truly a no-brainer at this point. I mean, it's pretty affordable. The specs are pretty good. I mean, sure, you could get like a Porsche Taycan, but the mileage on that is pretty crap. There's not really a good charging option for it, unless you want to go to one of those charge points. And it's just not really as good as Tesla. Tesla feels like the Apple. Everyone else is like Android. Now, if you also look at what's going on here, we're getting a lot of other competitors, but overall, we're seeing the Tesla Model Y and 3 being heavily sold out for Tesla's first quarter. And that is pretty impressive, in my opinion. There's even a very cheap leasing option if you're willing to put a few $1,000s down, which is incredible. I mean, there's really no oil. Especially if you have a house and you charge it, it's really cheap. The superchargers are a third of the price of gas. It's not that bad. Overall, I give Tesla a 10 out of 10. And I feel like a Model 3 is cheaper than ever before. So get it now before a lot of these deals are going to be ended.